This is why we're at the Howard Christensen Nature Center, to let go 30 garden snakes that we caught in the city because they would not survive.
When we are able to bring kids out and instruct them and teach them what the significant areas are of the various habitats that we have at Howard Christensen Nature Center, it's meaningful for them. Parents, yes, they do the best they can. They bring them to parks, they bring them everywhere, but not all parents know everything that's a part of land that they can interpret for them. That's where our interpretive programming is essential.
KISD, the Kin Intermediate School District, owns a property in the buildings, and they are in the process of selling it, and they wish to sell the property for a nominal fee, just $1,000, so not a moneymaker. But they want to sell it to the Land Conservancy of West Michigan, which is a fine organization, but they will not allow the buildings to be there.
The Land Conservancy of West Michigan, they are very, very interested in taking over Howard Christensen Nature Center as a nature preserve, but only in land and not in the buildings. So part of the conditions of sale is to actually have the buildings tore down with taxpayer money totaling $160,000.
The Land Conservancy, as John had spoken to earlier, it's not part of their protocol to keep buildings. But that's the unfortunate part, because while they do have land and the trails will still be accessible, again, parents aren't going to take their child where they can't have easy access to a bathroom. And teachers, for sure, are not going to take a group of children where they don't have shelter and more than just one little bathroom. They want to know their children will be safe if a storm comes up or there's inclement weather. That's where you have to have a building. From the other perspective is the buildings are not dilapidated and old. They have been well maintained. We've done a good job. Kent ISD has done a great job of keeping them up. We've just invested in some mechanicals recently. They put a new well in the Welcome Center just last summer. They've put new furnaces in within the last 10 years. There's just all of the things. Again, the buildings are not dilapidated. They're in great shape.
The buildings are important to us because they're central to our educational programs. We conduct field trips, all grade levels. Mostly it's elementary, but we do from kindergarten. We've had high schoolers out. We've had a group of college kids out. Your typical elementary field trip, we have a set curriculum for different grade levels.
First off, 3 leaflets on 1 leaf stem.
3 leaflets on 1 leaf stem.
Excellent. All right.
During day camp, kids come from 10 o'clock to 2. We have 1 or 2 interpretive teachers to help lead those. Kids go and explore in the creek. They can feed the turtles in the lake, search for salamanders, although we don't ever touch them, take part in other outdoor activities. They have the buildings for shelter, for restrooms.
Yeah, if the Kent ISD was unwilling to sell to Lily's Frog Pad but needed to sell to another government body such as Tyrone Township, we'd be willing to take it on in the short term. We'd love to help get, community organizers there, keep bringing, light to the issue. We've been discussing this at past Tyrone Township board meetings, looking at different options, whether we declare it a historical site or something along those lines. We're willing to do what it takes to preserve the Howard Christensen Nature Center, and we'd love to see those buildings continue to be part of the property.